Hi lovelies, it's Jo from Angels and Ancestors with your weekly general reading. This is a reading for the 10th to the 17th of August 2019. It is a general reading. It is intended for everybody and anybody, but take what is relevant to you and leave the rest. Because of the problems I've been having with the camera, I did the layout prior to it, and I've also shuffled and got some cards out as well. As you know, I use the guide, the Greenwich Tarot as my main deck, and then I use a variety of other decks to kind of confirm the reading and give you some more guidance from different realms and different guides, angels, ancestors, that sort of thing. So let's start with the main part of the reading. We got the Queen of Chalices out as your current situation. Now the Queen of Chalices is a queen who is confident, and she's very giving, and she is giving a chalice that is full. A lot of people say that she's full of love, but I kind of get the feeling that it could be love, knowledge, wealth, spiritual, anything that somebody can give you in abundance. She is the person that's doing it. She's got the ocean behind her and the waves coming in towards her, and it doesn't faze her because she sees that as a natural process. So this queen is all about going with the flow of things and accepting the cups that are offered to you. Now your challenge is the Two of Chalices, which when I first pulled this out, I was sort of like, that's a bit confusing, because normally it is a celebration of partnerships. It is a celebration of business, of lovers, of families, any kind of partnership that you can think of. It is a celebration. It's a coming together of something that's going to be successful and celebrating. And I looked at the challenge and I thought, well, perhaps the challenge is going to be maybe that there's going to be too much of celebrations going on and you need to pull that back. And then I pulled out the foundation cards and it absolutely made sense. So the foundation cards are Nature and the Oak King. Now the two of them fell out, so I accepted the two of them. It's these two cards here. And in other decks, Nature is the Devil and the Oak King is the Hanged Man. And when I looked at the Devil, when you look at the Nature card, it's somebody setting a trap with a bear watching him, and it's the bear's choice. Does he go and step in the trap and be entrapped, or does he go and dance with the fairies in the background, which is natural for the bear to do, which is the nature part of things to do. And then I looked at the Holly King, which was all the hanging around and just waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to kind of show themselves. And he's kind of like edging his bets a bit. I'll just hang here and see what happens. But combined, I'm getting the feeling that this queen, who's full of love, full of giving, has the knowledge, has the spirituality, has a lot to give somebody, has a lot to offer someone, is being actually prevented from celebrating her successes because whoever this is that's part of her foundation isn't solid. It is somebody else's foundation. It doesn't belong to her. She's going along with this foundation because it was offered to her, and what she offered back was far superior than what was offered to her. And I feel that for some of you, there is some entrapment going on around your foundation, and some of you are just hanging around to see what happens. That's not a good foundation for anybody. So your foundation this week is rocky at best, and it's looking at who's doing this to you. Is it a partner? Is it a relationship partner? Is it a business partner? Is it a boss? Is it a family member that's having this effect on you? You need to kind of work this out, because you have got so much to give. The spiritual side of you is bursting to come out. The celebrations around partnerships, business and successes need this. They need this for you to be able to grasp it and move on. So this foundation really needs to be heading into your past, but going into your past aspect, which has happened quite recently. I feel you have the Eight of Chalices, where you have turned your back on something, you have looked away, you are no longer interested in whatever it is that is going forward. This is moving away from you, but to actually achieve this moving away situation, you've also pulled the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is normally a card that would tell us that somebody is wealthy enough to offer advice and charity, and they have plenty to go around, so they're not worried about offering somebody a helping hand. This is going into your past, and I really do believe and feel that where you've turned your back, it is now your turn to accept somebody's help, somebody's charity. And it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be hand-me-downs, it can just be some advice, it could just be somebody signposting you in the right direction. Take that advice, but let whatever this is you've turned your back on, you really do need to let it slide into the past. So then into your thoughts and feelings, and we've got the Wild Hunt was pulled alongside the King of Wands. Now, I read the King of Wands first when it came out, because he's quite a character. He is a gentleman who is successful, he's knowledgeable, and he is sitting there comfortable in the knowledge, knowing that he's passed his knowledge and his craft on, and he is happy for people to be able to use his knowledge and his wisdom. But for the collective, I got this to be a family member. This is either a dad or a granddad energy that has been around you, that you are thinking a lot about. And I get the feeling for a lot of you that this energy has passed into the other world, and what they've taught you, their wisdom, their knowledge, you are now thinking about all of that and bringing that together. Now, looking at the Wild Hunt card, which in other decks is the Tower, and a lot of people saw as destruction. When I looked at this card, I immediately saw the light shining from the Tower. I saw the rubble falling, and I saw the light coming around the horses and the hunt. And what I clearly saw was somebody sweeping away the rubble and rebuilding. You are definitely thinking of rebuilding, but your thoughts of rebuilding something, whether it's a business, a relationship, a family relationship, or a job relationship, you are turning to the memories of the teaching of this older gentleman that was around you in life, that gave you life skills that you are now tapping into and that you are using and putting into your own life. So going into your future, you pick the Ten of Wands for the collective, and this notoriously is, for goodness sake, stop picking up other people's problems. You're nearly there, you're nearly at the top, you've nearly achieved what you need to achieve, but you're picking up other people's problems. You've got enough of your own. Put them down. It doesn't mean you can't walk beside somebody and help them get along the way, but you cannot make those decisions for them. You cannot give them outcomes. They have to come to the outcomes for themselves. So while you're in this situation, you need the help yourself, and you need to put some of those sticks down, put some of the burdens down, so that you're able to continue your journey and get to the standing stones on the top of the hill, where the light is, where the spirit is, where the spirituality is drawing you to. You've also got the Wheel of the Year. The Wheel of the Year is coming in. It's coming in to be settled. It's coming in with new beginnings, with new ways of being. Now, I distinctly got two things here. One was your spirituality, and that you're turning your back on something because it is not serving your purpose. It is no longer worth your time. I also got that with the whole reading together, that when you're turning your back on this person or this issue or this job, doors will open for you. Doors are going to open. You are going to make doors open for you, because the Wheel of the Year is telling us that we've come full cycle, and it is time for us. It is time for the person that's walking away to actually be their own person and not be entrapped, and not have to hang around and wait for somebody else's decision and take the rubbish that you shouldn't be celebrating. So your challenge for the week is, and I clearly got this, a party pooper. Do not put up with a party pooper. If somebody's telling you, oh no, don't celebrate yet, it's not worth celebrating yet, tell them to go to hell in a handbasket. It is not on. It's not on somebody pushing their foundation onto you and making you hang around and wait. It's not fair on somebody trying to entrap you. Go and dance with the fairies. Turn your back on this. Go and dance with the fairies. Rebuild what it is in your head that you want to rebuild. And you know, the Queen doesn't just stand for female, it stands for male and female. It's gender neutral, really. So this could be male or female that's feeling like this. Don't put up with an abusive relationship. Don't put up with somebody telling you that you can't when you know damn well you can. So then we pulled 3 of the Archangels cards. That's these ones here. And we asked for advice from the Archangels. And the first one that came out was the 3 of Michael. Just want to get these round the right way. Right. So the 3 of Michael came out first. And this is the 3 of Michael. And the 3 of Michael says, release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. And then you have the 7 of Raphael. I do love these cards. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. And if you look at the card, there's all the colours of the chakra, and there's a cleansing going on from head to toe, spiritually, physically, mentally. Be aware of that. That is something that you really need to do. Meditate and manifest what it is that you want. Then you've got the 8 of Raphael as well, and it says there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. Spiritual quest. So what I felt earlier about this was not just a physical thing going on, it was a spiritual thing going on. You're having your wings clipped. The angels are telling you you're having your wings clipped. You need to not be in this situation. Even if you can't walk away, you need to start standing in your truth and explaining yourself, and you need to state your case but not get petty about what it is you're trying to say to somebody. So we asked for guidance from Gaia. This is the Gaia deck that I asked the guidance from, and the Gaia cards are one of my favourite oracles, and we got Moonlight, which is travel, romance and potential. And the guidance from Gaia on the Moonlight card is something's going to be revealed, something's going to be illuminated, that's going to make you feel that there's something else out there, something beyond the sea, something beyond what you can see, and your potential for growth is phenomenal, and there is travel there for you, and there is romance for you. Then we pulled the Harmony card. Now the Harmony card says power, self-confidence and productivity. And what this card tells me is that you are all powerful. All of this that is happening to you is going to set an example to those around you that it's not okay to put up with the behaviour of somebody else. And I distinctly heard the word narcissist. So whoever it is that you're dealing with, male, female, partner, boss, family member, neighbour, they are narcissistic, and they make it look as if what you are doing is the issue rather than what they've done in the undercurrent. They will do something and they will make it look like and blame everybody else for it except themselves. So use your power confidently, take the bull by the horns, and the productivity is the creative side of you. It's finding what you love to do, what you're going to do, what you feel you want to do, and going for it. Be productive with your time. If you are thinking of moving away, if you are thinking in terms of new relationship, you've definitely got that on the cards. If you're thinking of moving away and walking away from a job, the productivity is going to come in from walking away. The rebuilding is productivity, and the not letting somebody shake your foundation is productive. So then we asked the fairies for a feeling from them, a card that they could add to the reading, and it says flower power. Spend your time with flowers, flower essences, to improve your personal healing powers. So whether you're healing yourself, somebody around you, whether it's human, plant or animal, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to heal, and it is telling you that your healing essence is within your grasp. So go out, have a look at the flowers, see if you're attracted to anything in particular, and learn about the flower that you are attracted to. Learn about how flowers and why flowers kind of give us that feel-good factor, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of history around it. Have a look at the history of tulips, it's quite interesting. So then I asked the angel deck, which is an oracle deck rather than a tarot deck. This is the angel deck, and I asked them if they had anything to add, and what I got, let me make sure I've got this round the right way. Yeah, I have. Okay, so we started off with initiation. And initiation for all of us, we all go through initiation. Whether we call it that or not, it doesn't matter. Initiation can be spiritual, it can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional. It can be the start of a relationship. It can be the start of a new job. It can be the start of a new way of being spiritually. But you are going to go through an initiation, and the light is going to guide you. It's going to teach you how to open and shut your chakras so you're not as vulnerable as you have been in the past. It is going to teach you that sitting in the source while you're meditating is a safe place to be. The initiation process doesn't always come from the most obvious of places. It doesn't have to be somebody older than you and wiser than you. Somebody younger than you can bring you a truth that can make all the difference in the world. The same as stories from our elders can set us up from their experiences to be able to deal with future problems of our own. Then you have the eternal love, eternal light of love, and this is a beautiful card. I love this card. There's an angel, and then there's somebody who's holding an orb of light, and light's coming from them, and there's all the signs of the zodiac, and basically it's just everything to do with the universe, the world, and us as individuals. And to know that that love is around us. It doesn't matter if other humans don't love us or like us, but we need to be aware to raise our own vibrations and the vibrations of the planet, that love is there for us to tap into at all times. And then we've got infinite potential. Go for it. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that's making you turn your back on this and making you seek something else, go for it. Do it. You have the potential. You have the potential to fly. You can do this. You don't need me to sit here and tell you. You know this. I know in your head you're seeing a mammoth task of rebuilding. You need to get that out of your head and into the main bit. And the gentleman at the top of the deck, I've just clearly heard him say, I am no longer with you, and I want to. He wants to wave his wand to make it all better for you, but he knows that you need to use your potential and use your knowledge and use the wisdom that he showed you to move forward on your own pathway in this life. And then the last card that we pulled from the angels is transformation. Leave the old you behind. Embrace the new you. Let the new you fly. There's these sunbeams or moonbeams or whatever you want to call it, and you can just travel on those in meditation, physically, mentally. There is so much out there for you. Do not let people put you down, pull you apart, or do things that is just going to be detrimental to you. Whoever this is for, whoever this is resonating with, you know who you are and who this is that's doing this to you. And you know the steps that you need to take. You do not need a tarot reading to understand that somebody somewhere is being abusive or they are being atrocious as human beings. So I've been tinkering with a new deck, and I will have to refer to the book because I'm still not 100% with it. But we have the Nine of Air. Now this beautiful angel is all about spirituality, the acceptance of intuition, knowing your inner self, being part of the universe as well as being individual, and accepting that we have flaws as human, but as our spiritual side we can aim for perfection. And then we had the father figure. Now I still want to say that all of these cards can be reversed. It can be male or female that is causing these issues. It doesn't have to be one gender or another. This card, when it's positive, shows a leader, shows somebody who has the grasp of being the provider, the protector, and all of that. But in today's society where relationships have changed, you now see the father in a partnership with the mother on an equal footing. And I was really intrigued to see what the blockage side of this was, and it was because there is somebody around who is trying to be the person that would have been 100 years ago. They are trying to dictate, they are trying to be the one that makes all of the decisions. This is not, we didn't quite get to the end, and we'd got to the choice card, and I don't know how far into it we got, but the choice card is similar to the Fool, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Be careful about your choices. It can have a far-reaching effect to other people, people around you, colleagues, friends, lovers. Just be careful and plan. Don't kind of do anything on a whim unless you are in danger. Try and plan a little bit and tell people if you're going off. Tell somebody where you're going, and stay safe. You know, don't put your hand in the burning fire, and don't let your babies wander off, and you know, sort of all of that sort of stuff. Just be aware that your choices can have consequences. So just quickly, I'm hoping this isn't going to be a too long a second video, and I'm really sorry. I will try and put these two together. We got 2 blessing cards out from the Blessed Bee pack, and Morrigan is sending you a blessing of peace after the battle. So whatever this is, there is going to be peace at the end of it. And then there is a blessing to find your way. So the angels and ancestors are really aware that this week is going to be a little bit difficult for the collective. There's going to be moving ons, there is going to be people that are just stuck in a rut and they won't know what to do, and then there's going to be people that are affected by that really can't stick around and see what's going to happen in the end. So stick with it, kiddos. I'm going to be doing the spiritual reading next. I'm going to try and get this uploaded tonight. Share, like and subscribe in the box below if you don't mind. Send me a message if you like, or if you don't like, if you want to see me do something slightly different. Other than that, have a great weekend. Blessed be. Speak to you next week. Bye bye.